Hello and welcome back to CodeChef. In today's video, we are going to learn about dynamic binding and method overriding in Java, two very important concepts which help us achieve runtime polymorphism. As always, the best way to learn programming is by practicing alongside the video. So open the CodeChef compiler, try to code yourself and experiment with it. You'll find the link in the description below. So let's get started.
What is dynamic binding? Dynamic binding means the method to be executed is decided at runtime, not at compile time. This happens when we use inheritance and method overriding. Instead of compiler deciding the method, the Java virtual machine decides it while the program is running. Now, a real-life simple analogy would be, imagine you press a play button on a music app. If the song is a guitar track, you hear guitar sounds. But if the song is a piano track, you hear piano sounds. You press the same play button, but the actual sound depends on the track. This is exactly how dynamic binding works. Now let's understand this using a simple example. We create a base class instrument, two subclasses of guitar and piano. Each subclass will override the method play sound. Now let's look at the code over here. Here we have class instrument. This is the parent class, and we have public void play sound and then system.out.print. So this will print generic sound instrument, and it has a method called play sound over here. Now here we have guitar class. This guitar inherits from the instrument. Now this means this method overrides the parent method. Now guitar has its own version of play sound over here. Now next we have class piano, again which extends from instrument, and here piano provides its own implementation, just similarly as the guitar class. Now here is our main method. Here this line instrument is equal to new instrument creates an array of instrument references. Here we are going to create three array references. First being a guitar, second is the new piano, and third we have new instrument, which is a generic instrument. So this array stores different object types. One is guitar object, piano, and here we have instrument object. Even though the array type is instrument, the actual objects differ. Now this is a loop execution. So at runtime, JVM checks the actual object type and then it calls the correct method. Now let's try submitting this code. Now as you can see, we can see that strumming guitar strings play piano keys and generic instrument sound. This basically is the execution order. So first the guitar object calls guitar method, which gives an output of strumming guitar strings. Then we have piano object called piano method, which gives the output of playing piano keys. Then we have instrument object calling the bass method, which gives the generic instrument sound. This happens because of dynamic binding. Now let's talk about method overriding. What is method overriding? A method overriding happens when a subclass provides its own implementation of a method that already exists in the superclass. This allows custom behavior for each subclass and runtime polymorphism. The rules for method overriding. Same method signature. The overriding method in the subclass must have the same signature as in parent class. Inheritance is required. So method overriding only works when there is an inheritance relationship between two classes. The subclass must inherit from the superclass. Access modifier. The access modifier of the overriding method in the subclass cannot be more restrictive than the access modifier of the overridden method in superclass. And overridden annotation. It is highly recommended to use the override annotation about the overriding method in the subclass. This tells Java compiler that you intend to override a method. If you make a mistake in the method signature, example a typo in the name or a wrong parameter type, the compiler will give you an error helping you catch problems early. Look at an example. Here we explore method overriding with classical example of animal sound. Here we are going to create a base class called animal. Here we can see that we have a default make sound method. Then we create subclasses for specific animal classes of dog, which extends from animal, and cat again, which extends from animal. And each it will override the make sound method to produce its unique sound. So we have to read the code given and understand how exactly this works. And we'll notice each object calls the make sound method, but the specific sound produced depends on the object class. So now let's look at the code. As we previously discussed, we can see that we have a class animal and we have a make sound parent class with a default sound. Now we have class dog which extends from animal, and we have used the override. So the dog overrides the parent method, and the system will print woof because that is the sound that is going to be representing the dog. And similarly, we have the same for cat. We have used the override, so it will print meow as the sound. Now in the main class, we can see my animal creates a new animal. So we have created a new animal along with our dog and cat. These will have their own sounds that will override the generic animal sound, and our new animal have the generic sound. Now let's try submitting this. So we have the generic animal sound of woof and then meow. So each object uses its own version of the method. This is method overriding. Now let's quickly summarize what we've learned. Dynamic binding is a method decided at runtime. JVM checks actual object type and it is used in runtime polymorphism. Method overriding is subclass that provides its own method. It has the same signature as parent and it requires inheritance and it enables dynamic binding.
And that brings us to the end of this video on dynamic binding and method overriding. To really understand these concepts, jump onto the compiler and practice these variations yourself. Keep practicing, keep coding, and I'll see you in the next video.